Hello. And now the microphone is way louder. I don't know. Sometimes sometimes volumes are weird. But hello everyone. Pam 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 pam. Pa 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 pam pa 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 pam. My PC is locked again. I don't know why. Just too many things open, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, some moments where it's going slow. I think it's Firefox. I blame it on Firefox. Trying to do too much. Okay. Let me just check one thing. Anyway. Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome. There is stream 1800. Wow. I was just checking a bug. Let me just read what it's saying. Okay, nice. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to work on the loot tiers. Hello, Hula. Hello. Good afternoon. I want to work on the loot tiers. So the loot tiers is what we discussed yesterday, and I think it's 2 days ago, whatever it was. And I think it's a great idea. And also then I want to introduce the initiate gladiators in the arena, right? So now the question is how to do it, right? So the first thing that we need to do, we need to update the database where our table I think it's better to do it in production though. Our table loot randomize whatever, right? This loot rule details. Is this randomize is a tiny int. How big is a tiny int? How big is a tiny hint in MySQL? I guess it's at least 8. Oh wow, it's 127. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we want to have 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So I need to search. You know what? I think I can search it here first because this is where. It's probably Cache Manager. It's probably Cache Manager anyway. Randomize. Loot entry, there it is. Yep, it's exactly this one. So this one we upgraded and we change it to be an integer. And we say if we are lumify to the weapons. Now I would say how many, yeah. How many max loot modifiers, right? Can be 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? If 0, no randomize. Okay. Okay, now that this is an int, we have to change how we load it, right? So when we load it, we will load it like this. It was already an int on the database, by the way. So that's definitely a plus. Yes, we are at 1,800 streams. Wow. That's a lot, huh? That's a lot. Okay, and here is where we have to change. And here is where we have to change the logic. So it seems that there are actually two places. Yeah, there are only these two places, here and here. If randomized, then run a cycle for each item and don't stack, otherwise just run one cycle with stack number. Okay, so this is just for stacking. If not, randomize. I see. So this one should still be correct. Anyway, in our loot table, there is always 1, so in theory, I think it makes zero difference. Create a base item. So we have to change the this function basically, because the one that is actually adding the modifiers is this function here, right? And I hope that this is called only from one place. It seems not. Why? Spawn inventory item. Because you can randomize also when you okay, this is just a bridge function. So this in theory makes no difference. This is probably the random generated events. Oh no, it's an item OP. Yeah, we have multiple entries actually. We have multiple entries. There is another function there. What? We have it already? What the fuck? The maximum number of modifiers to apply. We have it already, boys. We have it already. What? I think we have it already, but it's never used. Or anyway, there is a variable here. No one is ever, yeah, no call is actually using that code, but actually we kind of have it. Random level. What is this random level? Random level expression. Oh wow. Yes, we have it. Well, I think we never use it, but we have at least we have at least the ability to pass a variable. I don't like the fact that it's called random level. I think it should be called max items or something, max modifiers, right? I think random level is a very weird name. Let me see if it's documented on the wiki. I don't think so. No, it's not documented. Now, I think it was kind of a placeholder, so we probably thought about it, but then we never did it. In fact, by default, is setting 3. Okay. Para para pa para pa 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 para pa pam. 1,100 streams, boys, today. 1,800 streams. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah, in fact, it is called non-modifiers, by the way. So there is this variable that is actually passed through, but then is completely ignored. I mean, the value that is passed through is ignored because you see that here, you know, is reset. If it's not loot testing, Oh wow, because we can also loot test stuff. How do we loot test stuff? Do we ever loot test? Nah. Ah, wait. Loot testing, maybe. Yeah. If what is saying? If character is equal to null pointer, then is loot testing. So if we pass the character here empty, but it seems that this never happens. Yeah, there are some, you know, dead branches of the code. There was an idea that we could actually do a test for random loot and pass like the modifiers directly. But that's fine. So the only case where we are skipping the non-modifiers is if we are using loot testing, but we don't. So now what we need to understand is what is the default, right? The default is 0, so the default is no randomize. Now the problem is that if I so if I pass a 0 to this function, does it mean that I should not randomize? No, because it means that, well, you know, maybe the default can be -1 so that we solve the issue, because I think -1 means basically not specified. In theory it could also be 0, but I think it's a bit confusing because we actually check where is it? Yeah, we check if randomize, right? So if we don't have to randomize, right, we don't even enter into this function. So max modifiers is always a value, a meaningful value greater than 0 if we enter into this function, because there is always the gate of if randomize, right? So we just have to remember that we need we need to change all the existing items, otherwise they will all be one. They will all be one modifier. So that needs to be changed, and I also need to change the web console to actually show the number and not the boolean. Right? Right. So how do we do this now? Because we have to still have this part of the code work as expected for the for when the new modifiers are not specified, right? So I think I have to say, if not loot testing and num modifiers is equal to 0, right? So which is basically the case where I get in and I don't have a specific number. Wait, no, this is not working. No. A new modifier is equal to 3, right? So this should happen if you have the normal 3 modifiers. But if you have only one modifier, so I think we need to apply, wait. No, it's not like that. No, it's not like this. 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 So it depends. It depends. It depends. It depends, because if the number modifiers, right, is equal to 3, then this happens, right? This happens normally. This happens normally. So if there are 3 modifiers, the original percentage apply, right? If we request 2 modifiers, max, because this is the max, right? Is the max modifier. So we are saying the maximum is 3, and so it's still randomizing like this. And then we say the maximum is 2, right? The maximum is 2. What are the percentages that we want? What are the percentages that we want? It's a good question. So the question is, if we have only 2 modifiers, do we want to increase slightly the chance of dropping them, right? Because basically it needs to be something like this, right? And we have to decide what are the percentages here. So if we only have 2 modifiers, do you want to keep the 7% or do we want to boost it like 2 or 3%? Is it fair or is it not fair? I think logically, if there is only one modifier, I would say yeah, but I would probably boost it a bit, because basically this means if the loot is lower quality, you anyway get a slightly higher chance of getting something, right? In that lower quality, within the category, within the lower quality category, right? Or we can say no, and we keep it the same. Do you have an opinion, guys? Do you understand the question and do you have an opinion? It's just a matter of percentages of finding an item with one or more modifiers. And we can decide that he only has 2. And we may decide to boost it. Like, for example, let's start with the 1, okay? Let's start with the 1, because I think is the most evident, right? Is the most evident. So if I only have 1 modifier, do we still want to keep well, actually it increases automatically because you don't have any more the 3. So in reality, this becomes 9 automatically, right? Because it's from 0 to, well, it becomes 8. Sorry, it becomes 8. I don't understand this 22 because it's yes, 8, 22, yes. So and this becomes automatically 30, right? Hello, Marcelo. I think there should be different tiers of modifiers by type. Okay, and then what do you do with the tiers? Let's imagine we have it, and then what? I mean, this goes up automatically a bit, right? Because as you can see, I mean, if there are no lower elements, now you have a 30% chance of getting a 1 modifier, which is actually fairly high, I would say. 30% is quite a bit. I think we can leave it like this for now. I think we can leave it like this for now. It seems anyway reasonable. Now, some of these modifiers may be bad modifiers, right? Maybe bad modifiers. Okay, so if we do this, right? If we do this, and we are not policing which ones, right? No, we are not policing which ones. So then, from here down, I think that everything works as expected. In a gladiator place, you may find from natural magic tower, you may get magical monster, more probability monster you can achieve by having different percentages. No, I understand what you mean, but basically you are asking to create separate category, separate list of randomized modifier by type, right? Which is very, I would say, is interesting, but it's very hard to maintain. And also we reduce the variability significantly, right? For a certain monster, for a certain creature. So then you will have to go to that particular creature to get those modifiers, right? And you go to another creature to get those other modifiers. And again, the question is, how can the player know? Right? So they just get like random stuff. So how do they know? I think it's a bit risky because you make the choice kind of obscure, right? So they don't. I mean, the logic doesn't surface naturally, and I think that's an issue. It's not a bad idea anyway. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that probably is not something I want to do. But it's not a bad idea. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-pa-pa-pa-pam. My PC is kind of stuck. One second. Okay, so if this works, how many mods? Probably 100. Probably 100 or so. I think the rest of the code works exactly as expected. I like how he's suggesting you syntax changes. Yeah, I don't know why we have this freaking declaration at the beginning. I think it's super confusing, man. Super confusing. There was a time in the past where we were doing this thing of declaring variables at the beginning, right? Which was, I think, is very confusing. Okay, so I think the rest should work the same. Yeah, I think the rest should be the same. Now the problem is that with this change, all the loot tables are changing. So the first thing I have to do, Right. First thing we have to do, we have to update in the loot table everything that says randomize 1 to randomize 3, right? Otherwise, we fuck up completely the randomization, right? Yeah. So we need to update. It's called loot rule details, and we have to set randomize equal to 3 everywhere randomize is equal to 1, right? So this basically brings all the brings all the standard loot to 3 modifiers max, right? Now we will also have to change the web console, right, to display that value properly. Because at the moment, if I go to the web console on my machine and I ask for the loot tables, this, right? I get randomize no or randomize yes, but this is not correct anymore, right? Wow, the music is really loud. The music is super loud. There's only some albums that are so loud. There are only a few. Okay, so if I search here randomize, right? Randomize. I don't even know what is this, but anyway. Yes, there it is. If randomize equal to 1, then yes, or otherwise equal to no, right? So this should be now changed, right, to this. And maybe in the column we can say we can say max modifiers. Max random modifier, max RNG modifiers. I don't know, max RNG modifiers. Let's call it this way. Max RNG modifiers, I think is clear enough. Max RNG modifiers. So now this part of the code should be fine. This part of the code is just reading a variable. PHP doesn't have, you know, I mean, it can just get this without any problem. So I would say it's fine. This I think also is fine. Yes. Oh wow, there is another table. How many tables? This is probably the input. Yeah, this is the input. This is the input. So this input we need to change. Is no more a select, right? Is no more a select, but it becomes an input type text exactly like all the others. Name randomize. Yeah, we can delete all this actually. We can delete all this. So this will be randomized, blah, 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 blah. In select doesn't make any sense anymore. NTD, right? Yes. So it'll be like this. So it becomes just a normal integer value. And then when we read it, so it is fine. It is not fine. So this becomes again just a value. So we remove the yes, no. What I mean is natural, like sharp, strong, cracked, magical would give magical bonus. Yeah, but I think Marcellum, you don't know how our system works today, right? So I think it's hard for you to elaborate on it. Because we already have a, you know, significant amount of variability there. I mean, you can give attack bonus, defense bonuses, magic resistance, you know, skills, stats bonuses, stats malices, whatever, attack speed. I mean, there are so many. So it's all done, right? So why you want to change it is the question. I mean, we can add a few more maybe, but I don't think it's a priority. Priority is to better use what we have, not to add more stuff. Okay, this should be good. This I think is perfectly fine. this is okay as long as okay. There's another table, bro. Because we show it in the NPC list. No. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. Okay, let's try again. So we called it max RNG modifiers. Right? This is how we called it, right? Yeah, max RNG modifiers. Okay. This one we need to change as well. With the value 0 as a default. Whatever sides can be 4. I mean is one number. Then NTD and TR. Okay. It is again another place. It's pretty much everywhere, this thing, huh? Okay. Okay, I only have a doubt that in the input I didn't close the... Yeah, in fact I didn't. Okay. Okay. So in theory this should do the change also to the web console. So we should be able to read the values now as yes, no. I mean, instead of yes, no, this randomize, right? If I refresh, unless I did any mistake. Yeah, this becomes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and somewhere, I don't know where, there will be a 1, 1. There it is, right? Now, we have to change all the 1s to 3, as we said. So we have to run this query in the dummy database and in the copy of production. Right. Otherwise this would be fully broken. Okay, now it should be fine. Now it should be fine. Yes, these are all 3. Okay, so this is good, I think. We will have to check if everything works, but So for example, right, we said that there is a rule that is called initiate gladiator, right? And we wanted to change it, right? We wanted to change it. So we wanted to change it how? We wanted to change it this way so that it gives dagger, club, short sword, and quarterstaff. Wow, seems to work. Dagger, short sword. I don't know if we really want him to give all these leather thingies, right? All this leather armor. I mean, it's a good question. I guess. Essentially, it seems that we have everything already. I think I will probably remove it then. I mean, we have it all on the gladiator already, so why? Oh, wow. Huh? This URL is fucked. This URL is wrong. Why? Why? That is fucked. Ah, now. Yeah, I was missing a dot. So we have to decide between the gladiator. I think the gladiator is already providing quite a bit, so maybe maybe we move the gloves and the pants on the initiate, because I don't want this table to be super long, right? So how many weapons we have? I think what I'm saying would be good for the player because it could limit the pool from which the modifiers are picked by fighting particular enemies in the gladiator to play only physical material. Yeah, I understand what you mean. But I don't know if I want. I mean, I don't know if I agree. Because, you know, if you reduce the random is the number of items available, right? You make things less interesting because that mob is always giving you the same stuff, right? So I think it's cooler that is just random. That is just more random, right? Now we may have a special, you know, we may have a special set maybe that is available only from certain monsters, and that I kind of agree with you, right? So that maybe the Giga Boss here, right? Maybe is the only one that can provide certain modifiers. That I kind of agree, but I think that should be probably on top, right, of the current ones, not splitting the current ones by monster. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me just check one thing. We're saying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. So this needs to become a mace. What is the mace? Here. This needs to become a mace with one modifier. And it's multiple delay, okay, and this can become an Enkidukai Shorebow. No. Weapons ranged. Okay. With there is no title. Fuck. Okay. Okay, with one modifier. And a small battle axe with one modifier as well. Okay. So small battle axe, mace, and Kirkai shortbow, right? Small battle axe, mace, and Kirkai shortbow. Okay, so this one is on the gladiator. You know, initiate gladiator we don't have. But wait, so we have 5 items here. Can we say that the torso, the arms, and the pants are probably more important than gloves and boots? And so maybe we remove the gloves and boots and we put them on the other guy. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I got distracted by a message. Okay, so this one is good. And then initiate gladiator. We will keep only gloves and boots. We will keep only gloves and boots, and then we will have Shoresword, dagger, club, Shoresword, dagger, club, and quarterstaff. Okay. Quarters, where the hell is quarterstaff here? Okay, good. So I think what we can do, we can probably dump this, right? So that I can, because otherwise I have to redo it the same in production and it's gonna take me some time. So maybe we can just dump the table, or dump, maybe only dump the rule. Wait, this needs to be 0.2 though, huh? And 1. Zero point 2 and 1. Hello, Ned. Hey, we are working on the loot changes. Okay. Okay, so let me just see what are the two loot tables that we changed, right? So we changed we changed 18 and 32. Okay. So probably the easiest for me is to do this, is to delete from loot rule details. From loot rule details, all the entries where we have, so where the loot rule ID, where the loot rule ID is 32 or 18 that we said, right? Yes, 18 or 32, yes. 32 or 18. So we can clean them all and then rebuild them. So it's a bit easier than doing manually the work, right? I mean, assuming that they are correct, this one looks correct. You are not authorized to use these functions. Are you serious? Okay. Not authorized. Okay, I think they are correct. So, but we need to dump now. We need to dump the loot rule details where loot rule ID is 18 or 32, right? So we need to basically copy all of this. I mean, assuming that it's identical in prod in terms of IDs, but I think it should be actually. I think it should be. I mean, we will double check it, but okay. So what we did the change in the code, right? We did a change in the code. We did the change in the web console. And we did the change in the database. Now there is one thing that is missing, which is obviously to add the new NPC, right? The new initiate gladiator NPC, right? And at the moment in database we have 0. So we have to create like an archetype, right? Like or I mean, yeah, we have a few ways to do it. Also we need to check another thing, their brain, right? Their brain, because their brain is important. Their brain is very important. Gladiators. Gladiator as behavior gladiator. Yeah, we will also have to create a new region if you want to put them in a different region. But maybe we can put, I don't know, we can put them in the same region for now, just to avoid going crazy creating regions. But so we have one gladiator master. Okay. Yeah, there are a few things to do actually to create. I mean, it's not super hard, but he needs to. There is some work to do. There is some work to do to have it correct, and we want to have it correct, right? Okay, so the first thing that we can do, we can check what will be our archetype, right? And we can put the archetype in any of these numbers, for example 183, right? Assuming that 183 is also available in production, but I would say yes, because I didn't. Let me just check. In theory, they should be identical. Two tables, 183. Yes, is available. So the two databases should be perfectly aligned. Okay, so what is the easiest way to create an NPC? Well, the easiest way is probably to go under NPC and click on create NPC and hope that this is actually working. So the name will be Initiate Gladiator. No, the name will be Initiate. The last name will be Gladiator. The description will be an aspiring gladiator in the arena. An aspiring gladiator in the arena with the will to improve written on his face, on his expression. His or her, I mean, depends if he's a man or what, anyway. With the will to improve written with on his face. But still lacking the skill and practice needed. I don't know, something like that. In my game Planeshift, I want to provide a short description of Initiate Gladiator in the arena. I have this. Can you improve it? Easy. Fixing my English in 3, 2, 1, 0. An aspiring gladiator whose determination is plain to see, though he still lacks the skill and experience that only the arena can provide. Fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. The race. Okay. I don't know if you want to have few different races or not. Do you want to make them all Enki and GG? Maybe. I mean, they will look the same. They will look the same, but okay. Let me add the Initiate Gladiator to the list of our monsters. So his ID will be 183. And it will be called Initiate Gladiator, and his race ID will be Enki Male. Enki Male, Enki Male, Enki Male. 1. Do you want to have an Enki Female? I don't know. Would be nice if we could randomize them somehow. When they respawn. Ah, that would be a nice idea. I like this idea. It's not very easy to do though. I think it would be nice if the race is randomized between, you know, the sentient races. So sometimes they spawn as a... It's very easy to do actually. I mean, it's kind of easy. I mean, it's not super easy, but it's kind of easy. Because when we spawn, you know, we could have a variable that says randomized race. And it will just randomize the race before spawning, so it's very easy. It's very easy. I mean, we do it on... Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to do too many changes at the same time. But it is an idea that we should keep in mind and do it whenever we will have the hives, right? For the gladiators will probably be a door in the arena where they come out from. Yeah, we will have to do that. I think I want to do this because it doesn't make any sense that they're always the same race, right? It's really stupid. Mainly the gladiators, right? So it's really stupid. It's always the same race. It's very stupid. Super stupid. Beyond stupid. Anyway, I think we can put them... Oh, we have a spot. We exactly have a spot. Fantastic. That is just before the rogue. We have a spot which is 45. Oh my god. Wait. Yeah, I'm putting into our 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. Now the HP, I think I'll calculate it automatically, so I can leave it empty. Will be 180, but it would be... the sector will be arena upper. The location of the first guy, I mean, yes, we can put it in the right spot. For now, let's put it together with the other gladiators. Then I'm gonna move it later because otherwise there's too many changes in one shot, right? Too many changes in one shot and I confuse myself. We can have like 3 of them, whatever. Hello Shield, do you know that you became a new card in our card game? You don't know, huh? But you did. You are swimming in the Emerald Lake in the picture, and you are. I don't have it open anymore. Anyway. Okay. Okay, so here we have this 3 guys, 4, 5, 6 guys. Oh wow, there's a lot of guys actually. Yeah, the best would be to move them in the other arena, but to move them in the other arena, okay, I think I can do it. To move them in the other arena, I need why there is one guy here? This guy didn't respond properly, huh? What happened? Huh? Or someone brought them here? Yeah, someone brought them here. Okay, okay. So we can use this one that is empty for the initiate, right? So the position will be 176,618 minus 301,890 and 10,371 and rotation, I don't know, 3. Okay, now, yeah, that is the problem, right? That is the problem. So we need to add a new... This is the problem. So I have to change this. This is the problem because this is a problem. Gladiator is at the moment Arena Upper South. Arena Upper South. Southeast, Southwest. Well, actually we have Southeast and Southwest. Are we lucky that there is already the location here? Maybe. No. That would have been too easy, huh? That would have been too easy. So this one is what? This one is Arena 1. Arena 1. You know, but wait, because the one thing is the spawn rule, and the other is the wait a second. There are two different problems here. One is where they spawn, and one is what they think. Spawn rules. Arena Upper South Pit. I cannot see this. It's very strange. I cannot see the spawn rules. So the locations are not sending me the spawn rules. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it visually. I mean, it's there, but I don't see it. And also, I don't even know how much that is actually used. Probably it is. XYZ. Well, if it's just XYZ, I think it's kind of easy. This is the place. Ah, because it's a circle. 18 meters. Ah, okay. It's a circle. It's a circle 18 meters. Okay, fine. We can replicate that then. We can replicate it. Is a circle 18 meters. The problem is that this one is very bumpy, you see. I mean, it goes up and down a lot. But anyway. It's a bit bumpy, huh? But fine. I think we can use. Okay, so we create a new. Spawn location. A new spawn location. No, not respawn. It must be a spawn rule. SC spawn rule? No. Spawn something? No. What the hell is the name of the table? NPC spawn rules. Okay, but there is also spawn ranges. NPC spawn rule. Okay, let's take exactly the one of the gladiator, and then we just move the location, right? So NPC spawn rules. So if I take the gladiator, arena upper south pit, but this name, what is this name? Ah, I see. Arena upper south pit. Okay, fantastic. So we take this guy and we duplicate it. 196. We leave everything else the same. The only problem is that we need to understand the names, though. We need to understand the names. We need to give it a name that actually makes sense. Okay, so this one is what? This one is, I know, but I cannot derive the name from this. I need to derive the name from the creature. So 901. Okay, let me try. 901 52 37. So there is southeast. There is southeast pit. Okay, southeast. So in theory, this should be east or whatever. Let's see, what is this? This is This is 9 34 46 27. This is northeast. Yeah, so that one is east actually. So this new one is east. Okay. So the new one is east. Okay, so we name it Arena Upper East Pit. And hopefully there are no... Yeah, there is already one that is called like this though. Why? So maybe it's already made. At least the spawn rule is already made, I guess. Number 4. Number 4. Number 4 has these coordinates. But it's fucked up though. No, it's not. No. Yes. Is exactly in the right location. Okay, so we have it already. Okay, that's good news. We have already the spawn rule. We don't have the region, but the spawn rule is there. So we can associate our guy to Arena Upper East Pit. Then weapon, we can have the club, for example, which is simple enough. And the skill rank it's not that easy to create a completely new guy. It's not that easy to create a completely new guy. But then we can clone the others, right? So it's just the first one that is a bit annoying. So the skill ID is number 3. Skill ID is Mason Hammer. Skill ID is Mason Hammer. And weapon skill can be 15 maybe. Can be 15. Weapon skill can be 15. Now behavior will be gladiator. Yes, and region. The problem is that we don't have the region though. Or maybe we have it. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we don't have it because how many are these things? I think there are 7. How many pieces of arena? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8. 2 are not mapped, right? 2 are not mapped. Yeah. So this one needs to be mapped with a region. So we also have to create the region, unfortunately. We also have to create the region. Also have to create the region. So to create the region, I need to create an SC location. Similar to this one's. Need to create a region. Why the region are named differently? Region arena 6. Arena 6. Arena area 6. Arena area 6 is not an SC location then. Ah no, because it's a location type. Oh, we also need a location type. Shit. We also need a location type. Okay. So we need to create a new location type. There will be arena 7. Okay. Arena area 7. Okay. Arena area 7. So this one we have to create, and so I put it in my notes so that we new arena area for initiate gladiators. Okay, this will be arena area 7. Now for arena, this is 71. Now in the same way, yes, in the same way of 51, for example, right? The same way of 51, we need to define 4 coordinates, right? 4 coordinates. 4 coordinates, and these 4 coordinates will be and these 4 coordinates will be, so wait a second, 28, 29, 30, 31. So this one will be 331 because it's a circular thingy. And this one will be called Arena Pit East. That obviously does not exist at the moment, right? Yeah. And the first coordinate will be here. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly, right? So the first coordinate will be will be 173, 928. Yeah, if I had a better way to do this, would be nicer. Minus 301, 069. And I think I need to have a command which is copy pause, that is just copying the position into the clipboard. I think that would be so easy and so good. Radius 1 is okay, everything else is default. And the sector is 4. 4, I don't believe. 4. Arena upper? No. 10. So the sector is actually wrong for all the others, by the way. So it's 10. I don't think it really makes a difference, but no, it deleted it. Fuck. Okay. Thank you. I don't remember. What was it? 71? Okay, let's create it like this because it's deleting it. If you reload the table, it's delete. What the fuck? Huh? $328. What? Because there is already. Okay, leave it. Shitty hell. So it cannot be 328. Fuck. Yeah, because this exists already. Okay, give me a freaking new line, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is a new line, right? So, okay, so the type ID is 71. Okay, the type ID is 71. The location in region will be 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, the name will be Arena Pit East. The coordinates will be 173,928 minus 301,069 and 10,361. The radius will be 1, everything else will be the same, but the sector will be 10. Okay. Okay, put that in. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we need to create the other three, right? The other three spots. I was just checking I was in the right one. The other three spots. So one spot will be potentially here. Yes. It's a bit of a manual work in this freaking thing. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. I mean, we could make it automatic somehow, but it's not super easy to do. But yeah, I think we add these things very, very rarely. Very rarely we add these things. Basically never. Okay. Can I clone instead of can I clone it so at least I have it? I have all the data. Okay, very nice. Okay, the other spot will be here. $71. Okay. The other spot will be, so what I'm doing, I'm basically creating the region that the gladiator will know is their home. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. It's a bit of a painful process, but it's what it is. 416. So they will know that 177, 474 minus 305, 195, and the vertical is the same, and that is the same. Okay, I'm getting faster, eh? Monkey does, monkey learns. Pause. Yeah, when you know what to do, it's simpler. Okay, 417, 173,905 minus 303, 854, and the vertical is the same, and the rest is the same. Okay, so we created our new thingy, right? I don't know if it works, but hopefully yes. So we decided to be positive and just assume that it works, and we copy in our table here, because we will have to do the same in production. So I will have to replicate all of this in production, but I will have my SQL, and so I just run the script, right? And in production is done. So okay, so new arena. Okay. So we have the area. We have that. The spawn rule was already there. Okay, so if I set, let me set the region to arena 6 1 second. Exp, what the hell is exp? Huh? 0. Okay, assuming that this works, you have to fill the HP field. I can say 0 because it needs to be auto-calculated. Okay. He created it successfully. Okay, here is our initiate gladiator. Okay, fine. The only problem is that we have to change the arena to arena 7. Okay, and the rest I think is already good, right? Yeah, the rest is already good. Okay, so this guy should spawn in theory with no weapons. Okay. With no weapons and no equipment. So with no weapons and no equipment, but he already has stats, right? So in reality he exists. So what kind of weapons? The club, we said that we wanted to have the club, right? Where did I add the club? Do we want this guy to have armor or not? Maybe not. So, but even if he doesn't have armor equipped, right? I think we can still give him. So he has a Mason Hammer rank 15, and I think we can have a light armor rank, let's say 6. Magic resistance? No, magic resistance, no. No magic resistance. No magic resistance. No magic resistance. So, in the hand, he will have a club. In the right hand, yes. Okay. In the right hand, we will have the club. In the left hand, we'll have nothing. In the loot, we said the loot is is initiate gladiator. The loot is initiate gladiator. Okay, which is this, right? Okay. Without money, this guy's never giving money. Why is never giving money? Why is never giving money? No, I think a bit of money should give. Maybe not much, but a bit of money. When you get the dagger, for example. let's say that it should give you from, I don't know, 10 to 100. And when you get the gloves, 10 to 100. Okay. So now I need to recopy these two rules because I changed them. No! Fine. Okay. Okay. So it's giving also you a bit of money, okay? Now, what else? I think pretty much that's all. What happened? In theory, the formula is telling us to give. The formula is telling us to give an average of 126 money in our formula in theory. Practice, I don't know. Do. Okay. So we have. So let me just recap what we did, because so we created loot rule details. There is this one. Because it was already existing, yes, and so we just updated it. Then we created a new location type. We created new locations. The actual spawn rule was already there, and so I didn't create it, right? But now I need also to create the new NPC, right? Which is the one I just created. I just need to copy it somehow. So first thing I want to do, 183 we said, 183, because at the moment our guy is not 183, I think. Our guy, where is our guy? Initiate. No, he has a freaking impossible number. No, I'm fucked. Nah, annoying. Okay, we need to change it. We need to change it because we want to have all the masters in a easy to find range. But it's easy. It's easy. We just change. We go here under characters, right? We search this guy. Characters. We search this guy. And we rename it to 183. Okay. Then we search the character skills. And we rename them to 183 because the skills needs to go with him. Then we change the item instances. So basically the weapon he has in his hand. Yeah. $183. This one may not work in production, by the way. And I think that's it. Do we want them to speak? Do we want this guy to speak? Do gladiators speak or not? Can you speak with them? I mean, we can do that later maybe, but let me see if gladiators can speak actually. Gladiator. 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 Error and melee. He has very little actually. Ah, he has arena base. Yeah, no, you can. He has something. I mean, it's basic, but he has something. General arena